Hello YouTube, it's Riker here, and today we're going to be talking about Path of Exile 2 and what's got everybody excited about it. Go ahead and be a YouTube bro and smash that like and subscribe button. Oh man, that's great. No, a little over the top. Okay, let's go back to just being bald and just being me. Okay. Anyway, all right. Should I get rid of the synthwave background too? Hello and what is up YouTube? It's me, G3Iron, that's right, your balding bearded buddy, back to talk some Path of Exile. And today what I just wanted to do is really quickly throw it out there to you all as a community. There's a whole bunch of folks who are chatting PoE 2 stuff right now. It seems like most of us, at least in terms of Necropolis League, are over Necropolis League, or we've poured our hearts and our guts and our playtime into that league, and most of us are ready to move on. There's people who are bemoaning the length of the league and all sorts of things. We'll talk about that in another video, in a separate discussion, maybe in the future. But today what I wanted to talk about was PoE 2 and all of the different information that's coming out. And I wanted to get your feedback and your opinion on what is exciting you at the moment about PoE 2 and about the news that's coming out about it. On the one hand, it's very interesting to cover PoE 2 right now and to see the coverage of it, because there's a whole bunch of layers of things that are going on. There's NDAs that are involved, so there's certain things that folks can talk about. There's other things that folks can't talk about. There's like a certain hype cycle that is, it seems to be, that's trying to be generated at the moment, but it's also kind of weird because it's the summer months, and the summer months are typically times in the gaming industry where there are a couple of big expos and a couple of big industry showcases of here's what's coming over the next year or 2 years from different game developers. And so it's widely recognized that the summer is a time, at least in the Western Hemisphere, but also throughout the world, where most folks are doing outdoor things. If they're going to do outdoor things, I know, insert some sort of meme and joke about, Path of Exile players ever going outside, for any reason. These are some of the factors that are at play at the moment about what makes covering Path of Exile 2 so interesting. Part of the other thing that makes it interesting is it seems like there is simultaneously a tremendous amount of excitement for Path of Exile 2, while there also is not that much excitement for Path of Exile 2. I am notoriously someone who has not been excited about PoE 2 since it was announced as PoE 2 and not just an extension or continuation of PoE 1. I can feel myself starting to get excited about some of these things. The Witch reveal was exciting to me. It was fun to watch and to listen to Jonathan and Darth Microtransaction and Gazzy chat about some of the things that are coming out with PoE 2. So there's a lot of things that are very interesting right now about the coverage and the hype cycle that's getting built up. We're starting to get more dates about Path of Exile 2. It looks like the end of this year is when there will be open availability to play and to beta test the game. We don't have a full launch date as of yet about when there's going to be an official first league or an official first day or an official first download. We don't have that yet. But we know that this year, later on this year, PoE 2 is coming, and there is more and more of a continual drip of information that is coming out that's a little bit more steady now about Path of Exile 2. And one, I think that's interesting because at the moment there's not much excitement to build around PoE 1, which should not shock anybody from a game development and game business side of things. GGG is going to want PoE 2, and it's going to need PoE 2 to be such a big hit as it comes out that any losses that come to PoE 1 at this point are like negligible, almost like totally manageable and expected at this point. Like, the more we as a community get excited about PoE 2, the less excited we'll be about whatever is going on in PoE 1. And we'll all just be waiting for PoE 2. Like, everything until then is just candy for those of us who are addicted to the crack that is Path of Exile. And we're just playing it because, well, we'll always play Path of Exile. No matter how good the league is, no matter how bad the league is, we'll always at least download and install the latest update and give it a shot, right? So it's very interesting where we're at, because there's like a segment of the community that's ultra hype about Path of Exile 2 that's still playing Path of Exile 1. There's a segment of the community that's like nervous. There's another segment of the community that's uncertain. There's like a few old heads out there that are like, oh, my old game. I like my old game. Where's my old game? So it's a very interesting spot that we're in at the moment, in coverage and excitement and in this slow drip of info. There's a whole bunch of info that's out. I'm gonna drop all of this stuff down below. There is this wonderful Path of Exile 2 playtest video from Subtractem. It's 28 minutes long. You can watch through all of that. There's, of course, this whole class reveal discussion regarding the Witch with Darth Microtransaction and Gazzy. There's Talkative Try, and this is a 4-hour gameplay video of nothing but PoE2 gameplay, like for 4 hours, okay? So if you just want to sit and watch PoE2 gameplay, if you want to fall asleep to PoE2 gameplay, like this is I don't know, like it shows you in town, it shows you out in the world, it shows you characters, it shows you upgrades, like there's all sorts of things. It shows you different abilities, it shows you different classes, like the monk. There's all sorts of stuff that's available that's kind of been slow dripping coming out. There's this Witch playthrough that is out with Jonathan giving explanation and discussion over what's going on. There's all sorts of info out at the moment. There's all these awesome minions that you can play with, and you can like hotkey minions now about what you want them to do. They can open boxes and doors and all sorts of wonderful things. They can take down bosses. Anyway, there's a ton of info that is, I continue to use this word, slow drip coming out. A lot of stuff is being slow dripped out to us because we've still got a long time to go. Summer is long for video gamers who don't necessarily have new games to play and who have got lots of other responsibilities in their life, like children and work and all sorts of other things. So summer can be a long time. November sounds like it's a long ways away, like kind of late 2024 sounds like it's a long ways away, but we're going to blink our eyes and Path of Exile 2's open beta is already going to be here. So I just wanted to get your opinions today on where you're at, on how excited you are, and on what is exciting you. Is it classes? Is it skills? Is it presentation of the game? Like one of the things that is like not exciting to me, but is exciting at the same time, I'm just not sure how it's going to feel. Everybody so far that's participating in all of these showcases are saying, oh, it feels awesome. I don't know if I like this whole like additional mobility, movement, jump around sort of thing. I don't know if in Path of Exile I'm going to like that, which is a weird thing to say, right? Because we love having movement abilities. Like when you go and play Ruthless, the number one thing that you'll notice is that you don't have movement abilities. So it's very interesting, like to have movement abilities and mobility just like available to your character and inherent to your character. The animations look crisp. Everything looks awesome. But at the same time, it does, from what it looks like, it does look like it's going to feel like a different game, which is good. That's what they're aiming for, right? Path of Exile 2 is a different game from Path of Exile 1. So anyway, those are some of my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Feel free to drop me a comment. There's going to be a whole bunch of discussions coming out over the next couple of days from me. We're going to do some flashbacks, some discussion about Path of Exile history. We're going to do more coverage of Path of Exile 2. We're going to talk more about Necropolis League and whatever is coming next and reactions to it and kind of what the trajectory of Path of Exile 1 is. So lots more discussions yet to come. So thanks for dropping a comment down below and let me know what your opinion is. I'm sure I'll probably put out some polls here over the next couple of weeks about what excites you most about Path of Exile 2. But hopefully your comments today get us jump started on that discussion. So that way we can get a sense together as a community what is exciting us together about Path of Exile 2 in general. Thanks so much for joining us once again today, and I hope, well, the ongoing Necropolis League, if you're still playing it, I hope your mirror has already dropped, and I hope that whatever is the equivalent of a Mirror of Calandra drops for you in Path of Exile 2. Thanks for watching that video. If you'd like more information on any of our discussion points today, you can see them down below in the video description. If you'd also like to join our Discord or support our Patreon, you can do so with the links down below. Thanks again, and big shout out to all of our Patreon supporters.